Hi and welcome everyone here on 2K Sports. Can't wait to get some NBA action going. This is Kevin Harlan, joined at the broadcast table by Greg Anthony and Coach Stan Van Gundy. And as always, we'll hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. It's the Orlando Magic matched up against the defending NBA champions, the Boston Celtics. Here's Holiday. The shot will not fall. Lobbed up there for Howard. Porzingis comes with the double team. Pass to Hardaway. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Celtics passing it around. Outside Tatum. To the paint. And then Brown. With the dunk.
Flashing his athleticism there. Once Brown gets solid interior positioning, he's focused on jamming it home.
Now here is Hardaway. For three, Hill. McGrady outside. Pass to Hill. 6 to shoot. A three. And that one's good. McGrady.
And how about getting a hand up on McGrady, especially when he's looking to shoot from the outside?
And here's Tatum for three. Misses that one. He's 0 for 1 from the floor. And Caro outside. And he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
And he's not going to miss many of those, especially that wide open.
And it is dangerous to let him get it going this early.
Excellent assist there. Just led him to the perfect spot.
Pass to Hill. Left side Hardaway. No one near Banchero as he lets it go. Misses the three. And here's Porzingis. Screen by Porzingis. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And because he can score from all over the floor, Porzingis can find space inside. That's not the case for most 7-footers.
And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. Orlando shooting their first free throw of the game. And the technical free throw is good. Pass to Howard. Now McGrady. Banchero with the screen. Right wing. Just 3 to shoot. Lets it go from deep. And the three ball is good. Banchero's got 5 points so far.
And this is the type of go-to scorer this team wants Banchero to be. They love his confidence.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, thanks. Well, there's plenty of scorers on the Celtics, but Jason Tatum says, I'm going to get my shots. It's just about trusting the process. From experience, I understand that I'm good enough that I can relax and defer a little bit. Then in the fourth, I can score 20 in the quarter. Kevin, it sounds like he's figured it all out.
Thank you so much. You know, he can take over at any time, and it's fun to watch. D80, thank you for that. White, wide open. He fires. Off target from outside. Out left to the wing. Back to McGrady. Stolen by Tatum. Outside Holiday. Outside White. Driving inside. Tatum wide open. He fires one. Again, the Celtics good for two.
That's what makes Tatum so dangerous. Offensively, he doesn't need the ball in his hands to be effective.
First personal foul. First team foul.
There's 57 seconds left here in the first quarter. Banchero with the screen. The lead pass was put in just the right spot. He's got 7.
Oh, love that. Banchero moves so well with and without the ball.
Porzingis can't hit. Orlando leading. Back to McGrady. Inside. Banchero. Good. And it's McGrady who picks up the assist. 9 points for Paolo Banchero.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Outside, White. Brown wide open. He fires. Good on the three-point shot. Brown's got 7 points in the game.
Brown does a nice job of staying ready and making himself a weapon off the ball.
Pass to Howard. You know, he rips it and jams it right over Porzingis. Wow!
Wow, we are going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Greg. That was special. That was really special. And so, both teams trading buckets as we end the first quarter. It's the Magic. They lead by a bucket. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And from what we've seen from Orlando, what do you guys see?
I mean, the rebounding was the difference in that first period. You've got to block these guys out.
Hey, look, it's simple. More rebounds means more possessions, and that's clearly been their priority.
And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy. Here's Tatum. Pass to Porzingis. Over O'Neal. And the shot goes in from Kristaps Porzingis.
The reflexes on Porzingis can surprise you. For a big, he plays with great quickness.
It's Scott on the wing. Sinks the triple. Scott's got the lead up to 3 now for the Magic.
Good job of stepping up to the plate there, seizing back the momentum for his team.
Yeah, plenty of lead changes in this game. It's gone back and forth.
Love the selflessness. Tatum willing to give it up whenever he sees an open teammate.
So it's the Celtics now. Let's a floater go. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Drew Holiday.
And the second free throw, good. Here's McGrady. Right side, Scott. Some nice ball movement by the Magic. Outside, Lewis. Knocks down the 3-ball.
Defense has to be careful with Lewis at the arc. The guy won't hesitate to fire if given space.
And it's sent back by O'Neal. Banked in off the glass. McGrady's got 5. Celtics trail by 5. Pass to Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Yeah, textbook positioning there for Porzingis. Once he's established it, he's going to have the advantage and able to finish that one above the rim. And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Outside Holiday. Pass to White. 5 on the clock. Here's Brown. Orlando grabs the miss.
Oh, this is exactly the kind of opportunity you don't want to waste.
And Shaq with the slam.
And how about the force with which the Diesel plays? Shaq on attack.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. Wants to talk some things over. Might be seeing some things to adjust. Celtics trailed by 7. Pass to Holiday. Ball's knocked loose. Stolen by Lewis. One-on-one here. Outside Hardaway. Back to Lewis. Now here's Howard. Guarded by Porzingis. Howard in the post. It's hauled in by Porzingis. Here's Tatum. Inside, Tatum automatic.
Excellent job finishing on the inside. Tatum doesn't fear going in amongst the trees.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Hey, Kevin. Celtics coach Joe Mazzulla has talked about the two J's, Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. He says they've been lumped together because they play a similar position, but they don't have to be similar. They've got to be able to express who they are and not constantly be compared to each other. They're not the same. Kevin?
That, David, remember a couple years ago, there was some thought that maybe one would be traded. I'm glad they're still together. Porzingis can't hit. Magic leading by 5. Back to Anderson. To the inside. And taken away by Brown. Here we go with Holiday running it up the court. Brown, no good. And it's Orlando's ball. Pass to Howard. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. That one is on Holiday.
And that's just super strength there by Howard. So good at connecting on these shots despite the contact.
A free throw off from Howard. And here's the break. Brown deciding where to go with it. The kick out to Tatum. .56 seconds left in the first half of the game. The shot's good. Brown making the play.
How about the attitude Tatum has? I mean, if he has room to shoot, he is going to let it fly.
Back to Hardaway. Pass to Howard. Outside Hardaway. Just 5 to shoot. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Hill's got the lead up to 8 now for Orlando.
And good to see Hill knocking down the long ball because that really will help his confidence.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. From the arc. And it's Banchero missing. And Boston has possession. And the official signaled the backcourt violation. Not very careful there.
On the court.
O'Neal with the steal. Takes it inside. And Shaq with the slam.
This is Shaq at his best, getting that deep position and then just muscling through.
Again, the miss by the Celtics. Banchero outside. 1 second left. And finished off by O'Neal.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
Rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. And so it's Orlando up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. Pass to Craig. And a miss there on the triple. Magic leading by 12. And finished off by Banchero.
And this kid is just a natural-born scorer. Banchero can post you up, face you up, and also beat you in transition.
Banchero outside. Back to Hardaway. Took him no time at all on that one. McGrady's got 10 points.
Love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless, building this lead in every way possible.
Back to Banchero, and stolen by Horford. Celtics passing it around. Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Here's Pritchard. Rebounded by Tracy McGrady. On offense, here are the Magic. They lead by the biggest margin of the game, 15 points.
And with the height to see over people and the peripheral vision to do it quickly, Penny with the perfect setup.
And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. And here's Tatum. He'll bring it up for the Celtics. 17-point game. To the left wing. Here's Porzingis. And the bank shot is good. And it's 8 points for Porzingis. And there's the foul. It's on Jaylen Brown. That is his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Here's McGrady. 10 points for him. Turkoglu. Pass to Hill. Out to the wing. Lets the three fly. And that one's good. McGrady's got 6 here in this quarter.
Yeah, you got to love seeing McGrady when he's hot. An amazing score from any spot on the floor. Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D. Hey, whatever adjustments they made at halftime, they are working to perfection.
Well, sometimes you just make shots, but they've certainly come out on a tear here in the third quarter.
White, good.
And Tatum is all about doing what's best for the team. Superb as a ball mover in terms of finding his teammates.
Pass to McGrady. Here's Hill. Back to McGrady. And here is Hill. From deep. It's rebounded by Porzingis. Got a piece of it. Stolen by O'Neal. Porzingis with the block.
And just fast off the floor to challenge shots. Porzingis, this helps him get a lot of blocks like that one.
The shot's good from Shaq.
And even if you risk a foul, the D has to play him tougher when he gets it that deep.
Yeah, once he gets the ball in that spot, help has to be very quick to rotate over.
McGrady outside. Stolen by Tatum. Here's White. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. White's got 10 points in the game.
Knowing it's his responsibility to find open teammates. Holiday, nice job setting the table there.
Oh, and here comes Holiday all alone.
Now that's what I call a momentum changer.
Yeah, when you've got a point guard with that kind of spring, no lead is safe.
Yeah, he saw the opportunity to finish with some authority, trying to fire his guys up.
Pass to Tatum. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That's on Shaq.
Yeah, nice job by Tatum inside. Very assertive. He's fantastic at putting the pressure on the D and consistently getting to the line.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. He wants to talk to his guys. And that one falls for Tatum.
And looking at Tatum's game, you know, he really doesn't have a weakness. He can give it to you in a variety of ways.
Magic leading by 10. The kick out to Scott. Left side Anderson. Three-pointer. Rebounded by the Celtics.
Well defended that time. He's a shooter that the D has to close down on quickly when he's ready to pull the trigger. And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. And Carroll outside. Offensive struggles continue. Missing again. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. And it's good, 2 points.
And scanning the floor well, Porzingis all about finding open teammates when they've got a look.
Outside Hardaway. To the wing on the left. And here's Anderson from the arc. Offensive rebound. It's Scott on the wing. There's the three. And so it's the Orlando Magic with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. And so here's Orlando. Outside Hardaway. Orlando moving the ball around. Here's Howard. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. It's on Porzingis.
And these dunk attempts are just too easy for Howard. All he has to do is rise up, and he's golden.
And it's White missing. Orlando leading by 8. Pass to Banchero. Howard at the elbow. Banchero with the ball. A shot by McGrady, no good. Now here's Tatum. Back to White. Here's the three. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist. White's got 13 points in the second half. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, and that's maybe something that should be called more. We see a lot of moving screens in today's NBA.
Outside White. Here's Brown. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's on Paolo Banchero.
There are so many different roles Jaylen Brown can take on for his team.
And Brown drops them both. About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. Just to Hardaway. Tipped away. Down low. And here is Howard. Back to Hardaway. Off on the layup.
And hustle like that is why he leads this team in rebounds tonight.
Double digits for him on the glass. He's getting it done.
Screen by Porzingis. Over to the wing. Brown outside. And the dunk by Porzingis. Great game for him. Double-double now. 10 points and 11 rebounds.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Here's Holiday. Sinks that one from the post. And look at how the hustle game has been going for the Celtics.
Well, all you can ask for is your guys to be really active on D, and they've been more than that tonight.
That bucket in no time at all.
And such a clutch shooter. I mean, he lives for the big shot, and when he's rolling like this, watch out.
To the middle. There's Tatum. And slam dunk by Tatum.
Tatum, good for at least one highlight finish a night. This guy is box office.
And here comes Holiday leading the fast break. The three is drilled by Tatum.
And you talk about fighting your way back into a game. They've shown a lot of grit in this comeback.
Yeah, there is no quit in this team. Making up for that slow start with great composure and determination.
Buries the long-range jumper. Banchero's got it all tied up now for the Magic.
He better get used to these late game scenarios. Banchero getting a nice taste of it right there. And once he gets clear off the screen, there is no stopping him.
No, not when there's a flush waiting to happen.
Well, give credit to the screener there. That's how you help free up your teammates.
And it's sent back by Howard.
And Howard takes his shot blocking very seriously. Skying up and sending him back was his impressive verdict.
Clock at 4. A three from Porzingis. And it's Orlando with the rebound. And now Orlando on the break. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain crack.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. Coach clearly feeling the necessity to regroup with so much at stake here. And now we've got some time to check in from the sideline. You got for us, D.A.?
Hey, Kevin, able to listen in on what Joe Mazzulla was going over with his team. Now, he emphasized it's anybody's game right now. He told his guys to focus on finishing the task at hand and not to get distracted. He wants them to go out there and play with authority. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Down low. Rebounded by Tracy McGrady. Hardaway with it. He's picked up by White.
Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
Yeah, don't you just love to see a player embrace that kind of pressure?
He knocks down the clutch free throw.
Yeah, big play on the front end to finish despite getting hacked there, and big on the back end to hit the free throw.
White down low. A three from Porzingis. Connects from downtown.
And you can rely on Porzingis in these moments. He's always ready to shoulder the load offensively.
Some nice ball movement by the Magic.
Yeah, good job to take it right at them.
Good on the first, and that narrows the gap to 1. Both shots good from the stripe.
Well, no doubt about those free throws coming up big in the clutch.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Pass to Brown. Outside Holiday. Tatum with it. Emphatic finish by Tatum.
And let's give some credit to Tatum. Doesn't crack when the pressure's on. He just seems to embrace the moment.
Here's Banchero. Can't get the three to fall. And so it's Boston scraping by with the win. That was a fun night of basketball.